Kenny's been kind enough to lend me the DB4 Atlantic car for me to run this weekend. So pretty cool to be back on a single seater. I haven't been in a proper single seater for about 2.5 years. I did a couple of stints in a Formula 5000, but obviously completely different beast. So proper wings and slicks, ground effects car is pretty cool to be back behind the wheel of one of those. Yeah, today's gone okay. We put some better tyres on from practice and quality this morning and matched the best time the car's done. So we did a 61.3 in quali. So the car's fast, just needs some clean track to actually try and put it to use. I met Kenny first back in 2010 for a friend of mine, Andrew Higgins, who introduced me when I was working on his car down at the Scope Classic. And then from there, basically met Kenny. He offered me a test in a Formula Ford up here. So came up for the festival in 2011 and in between got a test in a Formula Ford, and obviously Kenny saw some potential there. So from there he sort of bought me my race cars from then on. He bought me my first Formula Ford, which was awesome. We managed to do 2 years in that, and then he went halves in with my parents in an 86, and then obviously bought the New Zealand V8 for me as well to do two seasons in that. So I moved up in 2012 because I was from Christchurch. I moved up here 2012 to I live at Kenny's. I work with Kenny every day in the workshop when I'm not doing my other job. So it's just to sort of help him out where I can. I don't know as much as what he does, but I'm learning as much as I can, trying to help him out where I can in the workshop, whatever I can do to make his life easier, just to try and repay him for everything that he's done for me. I wouldn't be racing cars without him. We were looking at it back in 2010, but we just didn't have the money. So to meet Kenny, get the opportunity has just been incredible. And same thing, he's just introduced me to the likes of Ross Stone, which has obviously got me to Australia now to race the Super Utes, which hopefully will lead to bigger and better things. I'm loving it over there now, working with Ross. It's pretty cool. I grew up watching him in supercars, and he's a massive name, not just in New Zealand but in Australia too. So to be working with him is incredible as well.
I was still at school and Kenny had crashed a Lotus 69 that he raced, and my brother Jimmy went to give him a hand to repair it, and I obviously tagged along and enjoyed every minute of it. Well, we always talk by phone all the time, and we are good mates. I was lucky enough to win the Gold Star Series, and Kenny finished second that year. It's a strong and long relationship, and I still treasure it today. Kenny and I talked as the series I got involved in was developing, and we decided that if it could all come together, and it came together easily, and young Tom's done a brilliant job. And Kenny's been to a few races in Australia and kept us eye on the straight and narrow, and it's been good to have him around.
Obviously the racing side of it's huge. The amount of knowledge that he's had over his 61 years of racing now, is just immense. So I think it's definitely helped me progress faster than probably I would have if I was by myself. When you're out there, he's always watching, he's always criticising you, telling you what you can do better, which is what you want as a driver. You don't want to be driving around doing something wrong and not no one tell you. If Kenny says something wrong, he'll tell you straight away, and then obviously that's what you need to work on and just try and build from there. He's always thinking about other people and what he can do to help them. Whether he's actually taking someone under their wing or just anybody in pit lane. If they need help or need advice, he's the first one to offer it out. So he's just the kind of person that inspires you to be a better person. Supercars for me is the dream. I've watched it since I was young. Now working with Ross, hopefully that'll lead to some bigger and better things. But I'd like to try and do Super 2 at some stage in the near future to try and compare myself against some of the best in Oz to see how I do stack up and whether it's still worth doing.